everybody. Welcome, as always, to Undercover Dumpster Fire. Undercover Detective Matt Pitcher. We got firefighter Willie and another firefighter guest. But I'm not letting it go like this week. I am tired of the two firefighters against the one police officer. So I brought the best police officer of all. All
He
right.
knows if
And
you've
we've
been
got
naughty.
exactly. You're talking about the creator, right? Naughty and nice list right here. That's law enforcement at its best. So you guys can bring whatever you want tonight. I got the ultimate law enforcement right
Mhm.
here. Anyway,
Yep.
Willie, if you will, please introduce our very established guest.
Yeah. Well, this is Jared Vermeulen, and he is the modern fire officer. He's here tonight talking to us about his book, but also we're just going to have a conversation. And you're in Florida, right, Jared?
Yeah, I'm just a little north of you guys in
Yeah.
Jupiter. It's West Palm Beach, essentially, if you're not familiar.
hmm
Woohoo!
There you go.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
the
brother.
Keys, so we're enjoying a little bit of the nice Florida weather. Everyone's freezing, and we're outside in t-shirts.
That's right.
I like to
Shorts.
remind them of that too whenever
Right.
possible.
I know.
Yep. Yeah. And look, Matt's in the dark. He's over there,
I
Yeah.
am.
half shadow. That's how
He's
he
Just so
lives.
creeping
y'all
on
know,
somebody.
I do have my Christmas shirt on. This is my original great Christmas movie, one of the best. Die Hard, the first one.
Right.
It is.
Mhm.
What does it say on the Yippee Ki Yay? Um,
Yeah.
and there may or may
Yep.
not be a
Yeah,
taped pistol on the back.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah. Well, hey, Jared, will you give us the rundown? How did you get to the point of writing that book, The Modern Fire Officer?
So
What
I
brought
did
you
a
to
lot
that?
of training for upcoming officers, and it just kind of kept saying the same thing to all of them, and it had nothing to do with strategy and tactics, because that's kind of like something a lot of them had a decent handle on, and the biggest thing was kind of the emotional intelligence, station level type stuff, getting people
hmm
motivated, getting them to want to do the things they already know, and a lot of those tactical things, those are more the easy things to get across, right? You get a
hmm
protocol, you can show them, okay, this is how we're going to breach a door, this is how we're going to go in, this is how we're going to drag a hose, this is how we're going to whatever. But dealing with people is way more difficult and
Yeah.
nuanced. And I found myself just saying a lot of the same things over and over on dealing with things in the station, keeping people happy, right? Being humble, realizing that you're not perfect, that yeah, you're going to be scared of stuff from time to time. That's okay, and that's part of our
hmm
job, right? Risk assessment. If you're not in fear, not in fear to where you're immobile, but if you're not scared of something, you're going to get someone killed or yourself, because that's what risk assessment is. So it's
Yeah.
all those things kind of put together, and with the fire service, and it feels like just everything right now, leadership is just like the biggest issue, where the biggest hole that needs to be
hmm
filled with something. And obviously,
Yeah.
I didn't discover leadership, but it's just how I have come to understand it in my own way in my department. And I was hoping that it would kind of touch some lives elsewhere. Maybe people would relate to it and be able to use it. And so far, it's been getting pretty good feedback. A lot of departments now are using it for their promotional exams, which is interesting because it's not textbooky at all. It's
hmm
very conversational, like what we're doing right now. I wanted to be like, hey, I'm right here in the room with you. I'm going to tell you,
Yeah.
give you a good idea of how to go about this thing. You can take that advice or not, and hopefully you can kind of like turn that, make it your own, and run with it, and see what you can
hmm
do with it. But I wanted something through all the books that I've read coming up in the fire service, trying to get promoted and figure things out. A lot of it was very textbook, it just doesn't talk to me. Like I
hmm
don't want like a lot of bulleted point. I don't want to remember a bunch of acronyms. There's like way
Yeah.
too many acronyms. Like coal was
Yeah.
wealth, stuff like
Oh
that.
my
Trying to
gosh.
remember that
Yeah.
crap.
Yep.
Pulling up on a
Yep.
fire,
I
forget
know
it.
them.
And
hmm
so I just wanted something super basic, to the point, and short. Because I mean, we know firefighters. Like if you picked up a big book, they'd be like, "Forget that." But this
Yeah.
one, not so
Yeah.
big.
Look
So
out.
it's
Perfect.
possible.
It's got a picture on the front too. That's
Right, it's
perfect.
got a
Ooh.
picture. Yeah, and
You put a couple ones that you can color, and you'll get a
yeah,
couple
yeah.
Yeah.
police officers to look
Little
at it
color
too. I'm
books.
telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm,
it was a really fun project too. It's like kind of I wouldn't say it was a bucket list item, because I never thought I'd write a book or be an author, but it's one of those things that COVID kind of forces you to do when you're an extreme Borden. Hashtag alone together, you know, when you're sitting around doing absolutely nothing. And so that was a big motivator too, to get something done and not just sit around on my hands, you know, twiddling my thumbs.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful.
Super cool.
You mentioned leadership being not something you discovered, but it probably discovered you, is my guess. Where did that start? Where did your leadership training start, even if it wasn't formal?
Yeah, I think that really started with my dad. He's always a master delegator. That guy could run anything, and he's always in construction, and he ran crews, but he got a lot of good work done because he respected those guys and those people, and the way he treated them, understood that, hey, these are people. They have their own issues at home. They have their own issues that come to work. They have needs at work, right? They need to eat, and they need time, and they need whatever. And when you respect them and you show them the example that you want, because I'm gonna tell you right now, no one ain't gonna outwork my dad. That's for sure. Even now, I'm like, hey, calm down. You're 66. Get off the ladder. Okay.
Yeah, chill out.
Get out of the attic. Okay. You've made enough money now. You can pay someone to get up there. Okay. but that was the example. That's where it really started, which is, it's a really nice thing to have, because I know, not as many people are fortunate to have something like that, in their life, like a good father figure like that. But he was, and that's where I learned a lot from him, from his example, to try to, put your best foot forward. And if you're gonna do something, remember that you're putting your seal on it. That should be something of pride to you, to say, I did that thing, right? So if someone comes after you and they see that, they're like, oh, okay, wow, this guy, he tried, at least tried, if not like knocked it out of the park. And so I try to keep that, mentality in my life, even like little things, you know what I mean? And now I'm like OCD, but
me too. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It must be a firefighter thing. Matt, he's not OCD.
That's
actually,
fire department types.
I have certain things where I get really bad with it, and then other things don't bother me at all. It's very, very weird, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I mean, with the detective thing, I always watch the shows, and I feel like when I see, usually they show them as someone that's like drinking and smoking, like chain smoking, and they can't get this thing out of their head. I'd be like, dude, that's me. That would be me all day long. There was no way I could turn it off. If I was like after somebody, there was no way. I'd be divorced and chain smoking big time.
Oh no, that, and I think everybody is kind of like that. Like, you get that person in your head, and it's just like, undercover work especially bad with that, just because you got to keep going, because they're going to keep committing the crimes until you get them. So yeah,
right. I don't know. You turn it off. Gotta go to a special place. I don't know.
I'll let you know when I figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Thanks. Write a book, please.
He is. He's sandbagging. He's actually. Can I say that, Matt? Can we say what you're doing? Can we say what you're doing? Or are you still undercover with your dumpster fire?
No, everything is out in the open now.
Okay.
I spent 2 years embedded with the mafia, where I lived with them for a couple years, and then I spent a year living with terrorists. So yeah, it created its host of problems. Mentally wore me down, but now I'm an actor, so
hey,
that's how I met Willy. Yeah, but that's how I met Willy, on a commercial.
On a commercial in Miami. That's what happened.
That we leave at that.
Got the paisley shirts buttoned down, the white pants, gator shoes.
No shirt.
Oh, sorry, no shirt. Yeah.
That's how it happens. All the good stories start with met him on a commercial in Miami.
You got that.
There we go.
Met him in a studio. That was the worst part of town.
We weren't sure if that was even the place. Yeah, remember? It was sketchy, man. Some sketchy places in Miami.
Yeah, I was like,
Miami is special.
I'm gonna
Yep.
be the first cop that gets trafficked. This is just great.
He doesn't even know it, Jared. He's
You just got to
already
keep going with the
yeah.
undercover. Just be like, I'm undercover. I'm undercover. Don't blow my cover.
Yeah, we just blew it. We blew it. Me and Jared
Uh,
planned this the whole time. Yeah.
That's thinking
Yeah.
wild, man. Being embedded that way, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah, I'm sure you got plenty of good stories that you can't tell.
Mhm.
I pretty much blab on it. No, there's especially with the mob one. There's a lot I don't tell, but
You had to
uh,
break some knees
no, nothing like
for him
that.
to prove you're
I,
in.
I got
Here we
Uh-oh, it's
I
go.
got
quiet.
interrogated for a very long time.
He's
Oh,
cracking.
man. Yeah.
He's
So
leaking
Willie, are
out,
those
Jared.
Christmas lights behind you?
Oh yeah, yeah. This is why he loves
Perfect
Christmas so
transition.
much.
Perfect
Yeah.
transition.
You like that? Is that smooth? I thought it was
Very
smooth.
smooth.
No.
Very smooth.
Yeah. There's no mistake. That's why he's half in the dark right now. His video,
Yeah.
you can't really see his face.
Yeah.
Like, that's on purpose.
We need one of those.
And
Like,
for the rest of the interview, Santa's going to be.
yeah. We need that in
Yeah.
a voice changer. Make this like a Vice interview.
There you go. Yeah. With that'd be good.
But hey, we're not here to talk about me. I've talked enough about me. I want to hear more about you, and especially some of your firefighter stuff and everything you've done there. So I'm
Yes.
gonna let me ask, like, what's the call you remember the most? If you're all right, if you're comfortable answering that, like, I don't want to put you
I don't
in a
know, man.
bad
There's so
spot.
many of them. It's funny when people say, "Hey, tell me a crazy call." But like, pick your flavor. Like, what's your
So
flavor? You
I
want,
get that,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know what I mean? You want funny? You want
Yeah.
tragic? You want crazy? Like, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Who was your biggest police officer hero when you were a firefighter?
I don't want to lie to you.
Yeah. He'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And since you became a
This-
firefighter instead of a police officer, I'm assuming you passed high school. Is that what happened?
Yeah,
Is that
Yeah,
how
you
that
did.
changed
I
that
was,
quick? Okay.
they
Now I
had
like
to
it.
ship me my diploma. I didn't even go to the graduation. I was in South America.
Were you really?
I was doing some crazy travel. And back then, I mean, you couldn't really call. You had to go to an internet cafe. So
Yeah.
my parents
Oh.
thought I was dead. I had told them I was gonna go down there. Like, are you crazy? You're gonna get caught up in some civil war down there.
You're not gonna make it out.
And we went down there for a month at a time, a few times, and it was fun, man. Talk about like wild, and there's like just no rules.
I
And
bet so.
I missed the last month of high school as I went down there. Didn't matter. Still got the diploma.
Yeah,
But,
it's the last one.
Yeah. And then I was actually slated. I didn't think a thing about firefighting at all in my whole life. And in fact, I remember watching, what was it, ER, and thinking to myself, yeah, I'm never going to do anything like that. Forget that. Medical? I don't think so. No, and I still don't. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yes, my career, they'll probably say I don't, and I really don't. They're right. No, but yeah, I saw that stuff and I was like, oof, yeah, that's a little too emotionally draining. I can't even watch the show. I'm like always like tearing up. I'm like, I got something in my eye. And I was going to school for industrial design at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale, and a couple firemen that I know pulled me aside and they're like, dude, you'll be miserable doing that. Become a fireman instead. And I was like, what about a cop? And they're like, no, forget that. Become a fireman. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, cool.
I mean, the only
Cool,
difference,
like you.
the only difference if you met a cop and what he would have said would have been, be a firefighter, don't wear the green or the blue.
I know, right? Well, the thing is like you got embedded into the mafia and we got embedded into recliners, so it's like difference.
Now, hold on. I do have a counter on this one. So when I was undercover with the mafia, I got to be a billionaire. I got to blow through so much money. I was eating, surfing, like the real surf and turf. Now, when I was with the terrorists, I was sleeping on concrete in a compound.
Oh,
for the
man.
second case. So I definitely, and dumpster diving. I was literally eating food out of a dumpster most of the time.
Oh man. Yeah.
I
So
question a
back to
lot
the
of the
mafia.
decisions I made in life.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So join the mafia. I didn't say that
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
Don't.
Yeah, for everybody
Not, yeah.
listening, don't be
Stretch
a
that.
terrorist. Be in the mob.
That's some wild stuff. I gotta get some stories. I know it's not about you, but I gotta get some of these stories. This sounds interesting. More
Yeah,
interesting
this
than
is
anything I got. I got your run-of-the-mill
this is-
firefighter
I
stories,
will-
you know? People
Hey, I
putting
like the
things in their
firefighter
butts
stories.
and people getting hit by cars, you know, that's not that exciting compared to being embedded with terrorists, you know. Although I feel
Yeah.
like sometimes you're embedded with terrorists when you're with certain crews.
Yeah, right.
True. Yeah, B shift, man.
B
Yeah.
shift, they're the worst,
Yeah.
and they're the cheapest. You hear me,
Mhm.
B shift?
Swiping your stuff. No swiping. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, no name, free game. That's it. No name, free
That's
game.
right. Oh, this doesn't have a name. I'll eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if you've experienced it, but most apartments are like that where they have locks on all the refrigerators. They're
What?
like things padlocked up like you
There's
wouldn't
3
believe.
refrigerators.
Yeah.
So
For each
basically, what
shift.
I'm hearing is firefighters are a bunch of thieves.
Yeah, big time.
Is that?
It
Oh
could
wow!
be.
All right.
But with food
Yeah.
though, you could put $100 bill on
And it'll be
any
safe.
kitchen table. It will be there till the
Yeah.
end of time. The building
Yeah.
could be torn down, and they would leave a little piece of that counter with that $100 bill on it. But if you leave a cookie out, you can kiss that thing
It's
goodbye.
done.
It is gone,
Because you
and no
can't
one knows
prove it.
nothing about it.
Yeah. No one knows.
But I always
That's
crack
pretty
up.
much the same as law enforcement. Then, yeah, there's no
Yeah,
difference.
I always crack up though when I see the locks on freezers and whatever. It's like, dude, like if you don't want it gone, do not bring it there.
Yeah.
That's just,
What
Get
if
in your
what if you
truck.
write your name on it? Then it's got to be fine, right?
well, maybe.
Mhm.
It depends if there's a captain or chief in front of your name. Then maybe
It
it's pretty
keeps,
good.
you know,
Mhm.
how's that going?
Yep.
It keeps the honest people
I mean,
honest.
you might be messing with them too, and like, oh, I know them. They'll be all right if I eat this too. So it's all good.
Oh well, you're taking your life
Yeah.
in your hands. You start eating stuff that you're not that you didn't make because you don't know what someone did to it.
That's
There's
true.
always some kind, yeah. Like you might be eating
Yeah.
a cupcake that has mayonnaise on top, not frosting.
Oh,
You don't
of
know what's
course.
about to happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Oreos with toothpaste. Yep.
Yep. 100%.
All right. So did you do a lot of practical jokes at your
Oh
station?
yeah. I haven't in
come
a
on.
while because now we're all a bunch of old guys with kids and we gave up on that kind of thing. But yeah, back when it was like food fights and if you fell asleep, you know, someone was gonna dump water on you or try to put their nutsack on you or something like that. I don't know. Like just like you had to keep your head on a swivel, you know what I mean? And if you were gonna
Yep.
sleep out in the day room, then game on. Like then you're asking for it, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
I was trying to get
Real.
my buddies the other day. I got one of the police officers to give me real parking tickets, and because they kept parking up front where our EMS and battalion chief park, and I usually try to park there. So they parked there because they have Teslas and they're plugging it in to where like they have the auxiliary power, right? So I put the parking tickets up there and had it all written out and everything, and they were freaking out there for a bit, and then they figured out that I got their birthday wrong because they had a fake one on their Facebook account. I was like, dang it. But yeah, that was my last try. But it was a real parking ticket. I had them for a bit.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Let me guess, they were cursing the police officer, weren't they?
Yeah, they're like, these freaking guys.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah, don't even know.
These guys are nerds. They got beat up in high school. Now they gotta piss us off.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Bad boys coming. Mhm.
Oh man.
As always.
It's funny that actually we love our police when they're around. We always try to have them come have coffee, but their upper echelon doesn't want them goofing off with us. So they're like, you can only go in there to use the bathroom and stop messing around because we'll be like, hey, come have breakfast, you know, have some coffee. I've been trying to change that culture a little bit. And I've been doing that a little bit through our peer support team, the coordinator for my department. And we've been working our peer support teams together because we've had some tragedy type stuff take place, and we just like work together and get through that stuff. So we're trying to like build more of a, a team approach to what we do. But we've had a lot of turnaround on the police side with our city. So a lot of the guys and girls I don't recognize anymore, to tell you the truth. So it's like I'm being introduced to new police officers all the time. But yeah, like I always try to have a relationship with them because it makes the calls more fun, in my opinion, when you know who they are.
Yeah, I've never been like, I've heard of situations where fire and police don't get along. I've never been in that situation. Like, I've always had a great relationship with the fire department. Number one, I'm going to kiss your butt in a heartbeat, because when something happens to me, you're the one that I got to turn to. Like when I get shot, it's fire and medic that's going to save my butt. Nobody else.
We got all the tools.
And expertise.
My first question is always this: is this on? At this point, is that on?
They should get to the point where, because that was like where you're like, if I start feeling like this, that means, all right, we need to behave ourselves.
That's the newbies there. They're not used to that, because like the guys, they would come like so where they can't see the hand in the camera, and they'd be like this. They're like, But if they don't do that, I'm like, hey. And they're like, oh, no. I'm like, all right, good. Now I can tell jokes. Now we're not on camera. It's crazy how much that's changed, though, because I've been in the business through like paramedic companies and hospital, whatever, for over 20 years. And like just the camera stuff aside, man, it was so different.
Oh, yeah. So, like, when I started, it was VHS tapes.
I know.
It was the greatest. Something on there you didn't like? Oh, no, I dropped a magnet on it. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, bummer. I'm going to turn up the rewind speed. Oh, no. The tape's coming out of the front.
It's jammed.
Hey, Sarge, it must have gotten caught in the machine when I went to pull it out. It tore.
Bad.
Isn't that crazy?
We used to get away with murder.
He's not meaning literal.
Not literal murder. Not literal. Well, maybe. I don't know. We are paramedics. Licensed to kill.
There was a partner of mine when I was on patrol. He was a paramedic before he was a police officer, and worked a really bad area. And we show up one night, and shootings were an every night type thing. We get a call, guy shot. He immediately, glove up, sticks his finger in the guy where the bullet wound is in the guy's chest, and is pinching it. And my sergeant shows up a minute later and starts freaking out. Like, why are you sticking your finger? He thought lawsuit. We shot the guy. And literally, he saved his life. I guess I didn't. Like, I guess he was pinching it and all that. Like, way beyond anything I could ever.
Yeah, man. It's nice when a lot of times PD beats us there, and they'll start CPR or they'll start the Heimlich. We had one the other night. A steakhouse PD started Heimlich and pretty much saved that guy, because as an older gentleman, I mean, you don't got much time when you're 80 and choking. You know what I mean? You don't have the resiliency that young people do. So we've worked together to do a lot of saves with PD, a lot of CPR saves. I had one on 95. We had a worker, same thing. He was down the embankment, and PD got there, started CPR. We got there and finished it up, and he walked out of the hospital. So,
nice.
Hey, it happens. What's that?
Is he paying taxes?
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's where I get paid. That's how I get paid.
He's paying taxes. We did it.
I know. Pay your taxes, or at least vote yes on firefighter number one.
Right. We're good people. I promise we're good. I went 0 for 49 on CPR when I kept track until I got one save, and then I quit. I was like, I don't want to know now. Okay, so
I'm 0-4. I'm 0-4.
0-4. I gotta say, like, you're actually, your chance of getting a resuscitation, like a save, is not good. So I mean, it's literally like, I think on a great day, 1 in 10. Like on a great day, I think it's more like maybe 1 out of 100, if that. So I mean,
For real.
hey, that's like 2 out of 100. So you're doing pretty good.
That's not bad. Yeah,
But I
that's
mean, you
about
got to think
normal.
about your demographic. Usually, that's going to be going into cardiac arrest. It's end of
Yeah.
life. I mean, they're 100 years old.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, they're
Yeah.
not coming back, kind of thing. But
Mhm.
yeah, there. I mean, there's a lot of people that just haven't had a career, save in their career, like James Gearing. I don't know if you know him or yeah, but I mean, out of 4, that's if you got 1 out of 4, I'd be like, dang, dude, you should just quit. and take those
Yeah,
numbers.
stop right now.
Stop right there, dude. You play the lottery.
Yeah.
Because
And,
I mean,
and 3 out of the 4 of mine were multiple gunshot wounds, so I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I was behind the 8 ball before I showed up.
I know, but you shouldn't have shot him so many times, and then it would
Yeah.
have been easier to
I
This
see.
is-
told him to
Yeah.
stop.
What do they say? Like 2 in the chest, 1 in the head? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
That's what he learned in the mob.
Yeah. I have no further
Yeah.
comment on this topic.
Yeah. Hence the firefighters have like shooting advice.
Yeah,
They
right.
don't even carry guns.
I know.
They were
we got to
talking
deal
about
with the
that.
aftermath.
Yeah.
Whenever there's one.
And has that been a thing? Because this was up in Michigan. There was talk about giving firefighters guns, and we would put them in like in the engine and have them all locked up and like turn it into a public safety deal. What's your thoughts about that, Jared? Like, did you ever see that?
There's plenty of guys I would not want to see hold a gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's too many pranks. You know what I mean?
Oh, for real?
That's taking a prank to the next level.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, I could see it maybe in the future, a cross train type thing where you're also a police officer, right? And you're cross.
And there
Yeah.
are some places that have that.
Right, yeah. And I mean, like, there's plenty of firefighter paramedics that go SWAT as well, so that
mhm.
they're embedded into a
Kinda
SWAT
like
team.
that.
I could see it back that other way, that where they could embed
Mhm.
maybe in certain areas that are super bad, they could embed
And also
that the
with-
other way. Yeah, that's also like a paramedic firefighter. I could see that coming down the pike at some point. It just depends on how social things go, you know, because I feel like for a while it was really going downhill quick with the defund the police, and if
Yeah.
something like that really took off and really went south, I could definitely see some type of cross train where you're going to have a police officer embedded, like some type of security. Because I mean, we already do have flak jackets and helmets, and we do active shooter training with our police and SWAT to get ready for those incidents.
Unfortunately, you guys have been targets before. Like you guys aren't.
Oh yeah.
Like you guys aren't, and it's
Mhm.
dumbfounding. But yeah, you guys have been the targets of some people where they want to shoot you. And
Oh
that-
yeah. In Idaho, they had the shooting where the arsonist set a fire and then set up a sniper rifle and started picking
I
people
remember
off
that.
as they showed up. So I mean, we are targets, and that's a lot of that is dialogue that society hears, through news network and stuff like that, where they're putting a target on us when we're just trying to
Save
respond
lives.
to a call, put out a
Literally.
fire, save somebody's life. We're not, and we're just regular Joe Schmoes. We're your neighbor, just trying to make a blue collar living and raise a family or do whatever the heck we're trying to do. But yeah, that's the narrative that we're trying to beat. And if you remember post 9/11, man, we were like gold, man. People would
You guys
roll out
were-
a red carpet, and then when the stock market crashed 2008 and that era, holy moly, man, watch out. I don't know how it was for you guys, but if we went to Publix, we were like, without a doubt, or to grocery store or something, without a doubt, someone would come and yell at us that we were tanking the economy. Our pensions plans had tanked the economy, and that we shouldn't be leaving our trucks running in the parking lot, and so we had to do a lot of public training that way, to where we're like, listen, we don't turn the truck off, because if it doesn't start and there's an emergency, we can't go.
You're screwed, not us.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
So I mean, there's reasons we do that kind of stuff, and this is why. And we do buy our own food, and we do cook our own meals, and we do X, Y, and Z for you, and I hope that we can serve you, and yada yada. And it felt like things got pretty good until that until what was it, about, I guess 2018 into COVID, when a lot of the some of the protesting was taking place around police officers, and then it really kind of sunk into anyone and that looked even like that, like had a
Anybody
collared
with
shirt
a
on.
yeah, anybody with a uniform that was in
Yeah.
trouble. I remember when that went. Like it was just it was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've actually had a few people in my run zone that target fire. They would call in like a man down and literally like act like they're passed out, and when you get there, try to fight you. So we had like the APB for them up on our map wall. So like, if you see that dude, get ready to throw some bows, you know.
Yeah.
This guy out.
Have the hose ready. Have the
Yeah,
hose
have the
ready.
hose
See if
ready,
you can
yeah.
knock him 50 yards.
The master
First one to get him
stream.
50 yards wins.
Yeah. We're gonna open up a 5-inch, man. We're going big on
Oh
that.
man,
Yeah.
you don't want to get hit by that. I'm gonna tell you right now. A buddy of mine in Fire Academy got hit by a master stream, and it took him off his feet and threw him
Yeah.
20 feet. I thought he was gonna
Yeah.
die. It knocked his
For
helmet
real?
off, turned his face mask around, and knocked him out cold. I was like, whew.
Yeah. That's
Gotta be
right.
careful.
Mhm.
That ain't
So
no
this-
joke.
This
I hate
is
to do it to y'all, but
No, hang on a second. We got 2 things, Matt. We got to squeeze
go
this
ahead.
in.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Jared, if you ever want to be on a TV show called Roger That, we are talking about okay. So I'm gonna
Oh,
hit
yeah.
you up. We're talking about first responders responding to disasters and also having the impact of violence. So we're gonna show some of the visceral reactions that responders have. So I'm gonna hit you up about that. And also your book, Modern Fire Officer, get it on Amazon and leave a review. I'm gonna do it. Leaders go first. We love you,
Stand-
Jared.
Leave that review, baby. That means everything. That is it
Seriously.
is worth its weight in gold.
Seriously, everybody, get the book. All right. All right.
There you go.
Jared,
Now
thank you
can
so
go,
much,
Matt.
man. This was awesome.
Shameless plug.
Hey, the only the book is great. The only thing I would change is next time there's police hats that you could put on
Right,
there. It would draw a lot more.
That's the second one that's coming out.
Number 2. Yeah.
And inside it just says, "Just kidding."
Oh, I was hoping it was a coloring book. Actually, I was hoping.
Yeah, right.
Get the color. Hey, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jared. This was awesome. And
thanks for having me,
please
man.
be safe out there. And see y'all next week.
Hey. All right, y'all.